Welcome back to Yospill, and thank you for tuning into another video. So after the last video, you guys got to see the update on the CSX and all the wiring that Stephen Morris has done to the car for us. But I don't know if I even mentioned this in the video, but we took the car trailer with us and we came back with one of his project cars that was his daily driver, and now he has passed it along on to us so that we can make our Spirit RT even better. So I'm gonna flip the camera around right here and I'm gonna show you probably the biggest sleeper that I've ever seen. If you rolled up next to this car and you didn't know what was going on, you would probably get your doors blown off and be pretty upset. So I would like to introduce to you our second Spirit. So if this is your first time checking out the Yospill channel, this is our 1991 Spirit RT. This car has made 400 horsepower. It's went mid-12s with a non-LSD transmission on a single set of 24-inch slicks. And then this is what we picked up. This was Steven's daily driver. This thing is a base model early 90s Spirit. You can see the mud tires, the rust, the hood pins, the whole 9 yards. If you've seen this car pull up, you would never expect to see what's under the hood. So leave down in the comments below what you think is actually in this thing for a drivetrain, and while I do the process of getting the hood open, you guys let me know what you think. So this is a fully converted SRT4 swapped early 90s Spirit. It is also running on a micro squirt. It has a log manifold with a TD05. It has a modified SRT4 intake manifold to use a stock style turbo Dodge throttle body, so all the electronics and everything works. It also uses a set of I believe Audi R8 smart coils. JSR makes these motor mounts, which is Jackson. The car is also on E85 flex fuel. Right now the car is on 93 pump gas. We're gonna do this video. I'm gonna go drive it around, show you the ins and outs of the car, and then in the next video we're gonna FaceTime Steven and he's gonna send us over the map, and then we're gonna put this thing on full E85R, and then we're gonna send it to the moon. So the whole reason we got this car, you can see here's the dash, just like we were gonna have in the Spirit, in the CSX itself. The whole reason we got this car is so that we can transfer the wiring and the style of setup to the white Spirit of ours. If you guys paid attention to the older videos, I pulled out the motor, or my only live video I've ever done on YouTube. I pulled out the motor, and there's the new wiring and drivetrain gonna be going into this car. Alright guys, so now we are in the base model Spirit. I've been getting sent videos of Steven driving this thing for a while now, and he says it's the juke killer. We might have to find out before we take it apart, but this is a 100% stock SRT4 motor. There's absolutely nothing done to it, and then it's using a stock style 568 Chrysler transmission. So it should be fun. He just asked me not to break the transmission because that wasn't part of the deal. So we're not going to do any wide open throttle shifting or anything like that. But it's literally like driving a couch. It is so comfy and smooth. This thing has 100% stock suspension. There's no upgrades at all. It's on, I think, 205 65 15s. But yeah, it's literally a grandma SRT4. That's the easiest way to explain it, with a bigger turbo. And it does have a side exit. It's really loud. So I'll do a little pull here in a second. Hopefully the camera doesn't die or anything, because I need to charge it. This thing has horrible turning radius, jeez. But like I said, if you pulled up on this thing, you would never know. Spin dyno this car before on like 16 pounds. Supposedly it made low 300s, like 320. So we'll see what it makes on 20. Oh wow, there's no brakes. The brakes are horrible. She is definitely quick, but the brakes are horrible. So yeah, it's definitely quick. This is way faster than the Juke. So let's get it on the dyno and see exactly how much power it really makes. Alright guys, so after the dyno pulls, I'll give you a little more backstory on this car. The motor is actually a junkyard PT-GT motor from an automatic. It has a eBay style log manifold. It has a TD05 turbo, and it is running 17-ish pounds is what it's making on the dyno. And then for the dyno numbers, we just made 309. Because it has smart coils on it, the smart coils freak out the dyno. And I turn the torque off so the graph looks good. But if I turn the torque back on the graph, it made around 329 foot-pounds of torque at only 17 PSI. Like I said earlier in the video, we were asked not to break the transmission, so we are not going to be racing this thing at the track. But we do plan on taking everything out of this car, putting a built SRT4 motor together, and then sticking it directly into our Spirit. With the flex fuel, the wiring, and everything the way it is, we should be able to, with a built SRT4 motor, to make somewhere in the 500-600 horsepower range. But we have a lot better suspension, a lot better bushings, coilovers. Our whole front end's been rebuilt, so it won't be as shaky or jumping around on the dyno like this car is. This thing is 100% stock underneath. So it is literally like driving your grandma's 1990 four-door, but with 300 wheel and 300 foot-pounds of torque. So it is a pretty good ride. The exhaust is a little excessive, but still cool nonetheless. And this is what we're going to use to make our Spirit even faster. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bonus clip, guys. So remember how I was saying it is literally like a couch? Look at this. This literally screams 1980s couch car. So the front seats actually are not from this car. It used to have the same style bench seat in the front. But to convert this car to 5-speed, of course, you had to take the bench out, or the shifter would be in the center of the seat. But yeah, Look at this bench seat. Wouldn't you like to ride around in this thing going 12s?